Okay, I'm going to get started with the nutrition section. We have a few topics to talk about. The first one is weights. Admission weights need to be obtained within 24 hours. Daily weights are usually physician prescribed and need to be taken every day. Weekly weights are obtained Sunday through Wednesdays as soon as possible. Residents are on weekly weights for the first 4 weeks following admission and then evaluated if they can change to monthly if they're stable. Residents are added to weekly weights if they are at risk for weight loss or pressure injuries. Monthly weights are obtained within the first 7 days of the month. Residents on hospice may be changed to monthly weight monitoring. Reweighs should be obtained within 24 hours of weight changes of 5 pounds. Moving on to diet textures, just a reminder that dysphasias can have soft breads, crackers that are softened in soups, cooked fruits, canned peaches, applesauce, and bananas, soft cooked vegetables, tender meats, chopped or ground meats, tender cookies, or soft candies. They cannot have hard toast, tough breads, rice, raw vegetables, tough skins, seeds, corn, peas, mandarin oranges, nuts, or beans. They can have beans that are in chili. No soups with tough meats or hard candy. Puree diets.
Why can they have beans that are in chili?
They're just cooked a little bit longer.
Okay.
Yep. Puree diets should be smooth, applesauce or pudding-like consistency. Thickened liquids, make sure you are reading for thin or regular liquids. Nectar or pudding thickened liquids on the meal ticket. No Jell-O or regular ice cream for nectar and pudding thickened liquids. The Magic Cup, however, is approved for thickened liquids. Thin liquids may be thickened to the desired consistency per instructions on the container. Moving on to resident preferences, it's important that the environment should be as home-like as possible. Residents should be offered menu selections for all meals, beverages, and snacks as desired or appropriate related to their level of cognition. All residents should be offered an evening snack. Resident menu selection will be based on their prescribed diet, and the resident's right to choose will be honored. Promote independence and dignity with a focus on person-centered care, respecting each individual's culture, religious and ethnic preference, and their preferred dining schedule. Menu selection options for individuals unable to make their own selections will default to family members, resident representatives, or staffs can help make menu selections based on food preferences and diet order. Non-select menus will be offered based on known food preferences and the diet order. For a request that is contraindicated of a therapeutic diet, the server will provide the resident's request. When the meal service is over, the server will notify the dietitian. The dietitian will then educate the resident on the risks and benefits of following the diet. And if necessary, the dietitian will reach out to the physician to request any diet liberalization if it's appropriate. Speak with the residents respectfully, addressing the resident with the name he or she prefers to be called. Avoid use of labels for residents such as feeders, and instead acknowledge as a resident who may require assistance. Conversations should be resident-focused. Do not discuss residents in community settings in which others can be overheard and overhear private information. Offer clothing protectors, though the resident does have a right to refuse one. Known food preferences are updated in the nutrition care plan and the Cardex. Report updated preferences to the dietitian. Major dislikes are recorded on the meal ticket as well. If a resident is not eating their meal or does not like a food item, we can offer a substitution as soon as possible. There are always available menus in addition to the planned menu, and you can request a copy from one of the dietitians or the kitchen. Allow a resident to choose to eat in the room or in the dining room as desired. Use the seating chart as a guide for resident seating preferences. However, they may choose to sit wherever they'd like. Moving on to tray delivery and setup. Ensure we have the correct tray for the correct resident when delivering food. When serving to rooms, serve by room number order and serve roommates together. Double check the items on the meal ticket that they match the appropriate diet texture, adaptive equipment, preferences, and other preferences as specified, and then monitor for food allergies as well. Open packages, take lids off for residents as desired or needed. Provide condiments to foods as desired or appropriate, such as buttering the bread or preparing vegetables. Follow the care plan or Cardex for the level of assistance that is required at mealtime. Cut food as indicated or desired into bite-sized pieces. Ensure utensils, food, and beverages are always within the reach of the resident. Hand wash or utilize hand wipes before and after meals. When assisting residents with eating, practice dignified dining practices by sitting next to the resident at eye level. Converse with the resident rather than staff members and make sure that your phone is not out. Serve trays in the dining room one table at a time. Ensure residents receive their trays at the same time at the same table. Do not use utensils on more than one resident's food items. Do not touch food with your hands without gloves. If a resident is sleeping or out of the room, do not leave food at the bedside table. We can attempt to wake the resident up. If they do not wake up, we can hold their tray for a later time. Make sure to close the cart doors when delivering haul trays, as this cools the food more quickly if they are left open. If the resident reports the food is not hot enough, provide the food back to the dietary staff to reheat or request a new food item or an entire tray. For ongoing concerns, please let the kitchen manager or chef know and offer to file a grievance. Deliver the grievance to the kitchen management team. Any questions with all of that information? All right, that's all I have.